Yes, another way is through adding en at the word final position. So we may again form a plural nouns from singular by adding en at a word final positions. For example, we have a word ox. So this is a singular, that is a one. But this word now can be added en in order to make it into plural. So this en marks plurality. Then we get a word oxen. Again, we have example chaldy. So this chaldy is one. It is in a singular form. So now this word, once we add en, then we get children. So this en marks plurality. So, and there are not only these two words which you have mentioned here, but these are just examples. So we have a lot of words which are marked en as plurality. That means once we put them or we add en in them, we change from being singular to plural. So let us proceed with the other ways. So let us proceed with the ways which can be used to form plural nouns from singular form. As we saw in our discussions that those words they are into different forms. There are those in a singular form and those in a plural form, depending to a type of noun that is used. So now our currently discussion is based on those ways used to form plural nouns from singular. So there are numbers of ways which can be used to form plural nouns from singular. Let us discuss as follows. So now let us discuss those ways which we can use to form plural nouns from singular. Firstly, for those words or for some words, we may form their plural by adding s. So it is through adding s at a word final position. That means we add s at the final part or position of a word. For instance, we have those words like a boy. So boy, it is a singular, that means it is a one. So this boy can be changed into plural to show plurality through adding s. That's why we have added s here, and then we get a word boys. Again, we have example dog, a word dog. Again, this word can be added s so that to form or to make it into plural, and this s shows plurality. Again, we have car. So this car can be also added s for plural making or plurality. So then car, singular, plural of it becomes cars. Again, we have pen. Pen, pens. Book, books. Ruler, rulers. So this is how we may use s to show plurality into different nouns. And it is not only these examples which you have mentioned here, but this is just a few examples. Yes, another way is for those words with the ya sound at the final word position, change it into I, then add es, so as to make them into plural as expressed through examples. So we have singular form and plural. So example, first example, we have a word baby. So this baby, it is a singular. So as a principle say, always say, this word baby has ya end in a final word position. So the principle says we have to change it, this y into I, then we add es as the result of having a word babies. So this babies now is a plural form of a word baby. Again, we have a word lady. So this lady has also y ending. So we have to change this y into I, then we add es for plurality. Again, we have another example like family. So this family has y ending again. We have to change this y into I, then we add es as a result of having a word families. Let us not only that, but also for those words ending with the fa sound, we have to change it into va sound, then add es as expressed to the following examples. So fa becomes va, so that we may form them into plural. For example, we have a word wife. So we can see that a word has a fa sound at the initial position, though it is followed by e vowel, but we don't check at those vowels, we check on the consonant. So this fa becomes va, then we add es. That's why wife becomes wives. Again, life becomes lives. Since this fa has become va, then it lives. Knife, knives. Thief, thieves. Self, another example, additional. Self, we get selves. So fa becomes va. So that is to say, fa sound is equal to va sound for the plural formation. Let us proceed with the other method. So another way is through consonant change. Through consonant change. Since in English language sound change system, there are numbers of factors of sound change, and amongst of those factors is for plurality or for plural formation or plural making. So most of English language words, they do change in sounds for the plural formation purposively, and particularly it is this way that we are making discussion now. So let us observe the following examples. For example, we have a word man. So in here we have consonant R, but in plural formation this consonant R tend to change into E or A, then we get a word man. So man is a singular, then man it is a plural. So the plural form of man is men and not mans. Not that, but it is only through vowel change. A becomes A. Again, you have another example like woman. Woman. So a word woman, the plural form of it becomes women. So again, A has become A. Again, you have other words with the long O. Long O, that is to say double O. So we have to change those double O into double E or long E. As for this word like tooth becomes teeth. So teeth itself, it is a plural. Again we have foot. So this foot, the plural of it is feet. So feet itself, it is a plural. Additional example is like a word food. Food. So a word food can be changed into plural by changing these two vowels, long O into long E. Then we get a word feed. So these are few mentioning examples for those words which make their plural by those vowel changes. So let us now have a task or exercises which may make us into having much understanding of those ways or principles of changing nouns, singular nouns into plural nouns. Yes, now after having those ways which can be used to form plural nouns from singular, let us now having a task. an exercise which may make us into competence in this part. So our task is write the following words into plural form. So we have to write these words in plural. Number one is person. Person. So we have to write that into plural. The plural of a person. Again, we have house. So we have to write this into plural. Again, you have chief, shirt, trouser, X, shoe, table, chalk, as well as door. So please let us try this task so that we will be able to write or to have those plural nouns from singular. So thank you for your time, but for the next time I think we will have the lesson of pronouns. So since this is the end of a part of noun, so for the next period you are most welcome in our session of pronoun. Don't try to miss. Goodbye.
Purchase your tracks today.